everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation, and I wanted to share with you just a project that I did and give a shout out to another creative person out there in YouTube land that I saw a tutorial on, and she did a tutorial and I had to try it. I've been making some junk journals and doing a lot of like coffee dyeing and things like that. I'll put a link below to the gal who I started using her method of coffee dyeing paper because it's really super easy. It seems like it doesn't take near as much time. So I'll link that, but I'm also going to link a tutorial that Cori Dahmen did on YouTube, and she called it a double hidden spine insert. So I'm not going to do a tutorial on that. She did a fantastic job on doing a tutorial, but I want to show you what I did with her ideas. So she had a couple really great ideas. So I'm going to talk about how I made this one. She actually made an album, Cori did, in her tutorial, and so I tried to replicate it and I made this one, so we'll go through it. And then I wanted to also say that I did use a lot of Your Creative Studio stuff for my project, and this is the, if I'm not mistaken, let me double check here real quick. Yeah, the flower collection that she had sent me. I've done some other videos using that, and I'll link those particular videos too. But Your Creative Studio has all kinds of like junk journaling stuff, things that you can use like in your planners and your junk journals and all that kind of thing. There's stickers, there's papers, there's washi tape, there's all kinds of stuff. But I want to show you what I did with all of this. So let's get started first with talking about Cori's tutorial. Now this is really cute. So she did this little envelope, and she has this thing she's called a double hidden spine insert, and I think it's absolutely amazing. So what I did was I tried to kind of replicate what she did in her tutorial, and I made this album, this little junk journal, out of policy envelopes. And what's really cool about this is that when I open it up, so the string comes from the back and opens it, but I still have a policy envelope in the front where you can actually, you know, put things in, and then you can close it up. And also in the back as well, I still have, so I tie-dyed. That's funny. I tea-dyed and coffee-dyed papers and tags and stuff, and I added those in there, so you kind of have some secret journaling spaces. But she has the coolest idea for doing her spines, where you can put your journals in, you actually sew them in, but then you don't see them on the outside, which is super cool. So go check out her tutorial. I got a link below. I just think it's really awesome. But let me show you what I did. So I did use some papers here, and I just kind of did some inserts. I tried to coffee dye some index cards. Not super happy with how they turned out. The ink kind of bled and stuff, but I'm still going to use them because they're kind of cool. I was just hoping that they wouldn't bleed as much as they did, but I did some tags. I used a piece of the envelopes that I cut off, and I made pockets, so I just put pockets here. But this has 3 signatures, and there's typing paper, there's plain paper. I used some Tim Holtz papers. These were leftovers and cut aparts that I hadn't used, and so I incorporated those as pages in my album. And then this here, this centerpiece of this particular signature is what I wanted to show you. So this is part of Cori's tutorial as well. So not only do you not see the stitching on the outside, but you don't see the tying using the pamphlet stitch on the inside, which is really cool. So she'll walk you through how to do that, but I had to try it because it's just, I was like, wow, that's a great like aha moment there. So I used an envelope in there, and I just took a piece of the scrap paper that I had and folded it and created a little tag shape, and then that will go in the envelope. So again, I coffee dyed these. The one thing I did discover, which I'm sure probably everybody else already knows this, when you do envelopes like this, sometimes the glue like goes away, so I had to re-glue the envelope shut. But anyway, that is kind of what I did with this one, and I left it pretty plain on the inside because I was, you know, trying to learn the binding. And then I was also just wanting a journal, you know, something kind of sort of simple. So I used Tim Holtz paper in this, and then a bunch of stuff that I coffee dyed, and then that's pretty much how I left it. And I can always, you know, add to it later. I did use my decal, my Tim Holtz decal edger, and I did do that on some of the pages to kind of give it an old look. And then on the back, again, I used one of the policy envelope bottoms that I did cut off and made another pocket on the back page. So it's really cute, has 3 signatures, has the policy envelope here, and then I just, I took the original ties off because they weren't long enough, and put on my own, and then that creates the binding, or the closure I should say, for the album. So it turned out really cute. Go check out her tutorial. So then I did make this particular junk journal, and this one I did decorate, and this one I did use all the stuff from Your Creative Studio. So I used a bunch of things in here in this book. So what I did, I started off with this mini 5x7 composition book that I found at my local craft store for like $2, I think it was. And it's just a simple composition book. It's stitched in the middle, so I just took the stitches out, I took the pages out, and then I coffee dyed all the pages, and then I sewed them back into the cover after I put pattern paper and stuff on them. So this was what I started off with, and this is what I ended up with. And I just have a simple ribbon that I just tied around to keep it closed. You can see I used a pamphlet stitch to sew everything back in. And I had covered it with some pattern paper. Now this pattern paper is from 49 and Market that I found at a local stationery store back in the summer. And so I just used it to cover the front, back, on the insides. So front and back, and on the inside. So it's really gorgeous, and it was layered. I added some stickers here, lots of different things, but these here were part of the collection from Your Creative Studio, and these here are from Tim Holtz, and I did buy these stickers from Country Craft Creations, so I should give them a shout out as well. I did watch some, you guys have seen tutorials and stuff, and I forget, because there's so many of them, where I have to look it up, and if I find it, I'll put the link. But these are business envelopes that I just covered with some paper from an old book on flowers that I've been using, which worked perfect to kind of add the washi tape sticker here from Your Creative Studio. And it's a nice little pocket, and in the inside, I used some pictures from that actual book and use some of the Tim Holtz labels here for that. Here is just a piece of paper that I did a trifold with, and then I tag punched it. So it looks like a tag, but it's actually a bigger booklet, and it just tucks in there. So when you take out that page, it's kind of a surprise. I'm going to get this out of the way for just a second so I can show you. But the majority of this book is the pages, or some of the pages from the when I took them out. So I didn't use all of them. I used some of them, but I integrated some of my coffee dyed plain pages as well. And I used papers from Your Creative Studio, and I did some layering here. I used washi tape. These are envelopes here that I did. This one here, I took one of the ephemera pieces from Your Creative Studio, and I cut it here, and then I added one of the word label stickers from Tim Holtz. Some pages that I had from an old time card book that I went ahead and put in there, so you have a little tuck spot in there. Ledger pages, and then these are the pages from the actual composition journal that I just sewed back in. So I just made one giant signature, basically, is what I did, and then I went through and I decorated a lot of things. So we'll go through real quick. So here's some more ephemera pieces and paper pieces from Your Creative Studio, from that box that she gave me. These big pages, in my first project that I used with the flower collection, I wasn't able to use these because my project was so small. I did a nano notebook, but this paper was big enough, for these pages. So I just put that there, and it's gorgeous. Another pocket that I created, this is out of paper that I coffee dyed, and I just made an envelope, and I put this guest check that I did dye as well in there. So it's a nice little tuck spot. Stickers from Your Creative Studio, and then this was a tag from 49 and Market that I added in here, and then a tag that I coffee dyed. So that made a really nice page. This is another envelope with another paper that I just put in there. Stickers from Your Creative Studio, Tim Holtz here, and then I made this tall envelope out of paper that I dyed, and then I just put a tag in there, and then one of the washi stickers from Your Creative Studio. So that decorated that. Here was some leftover paper that I just created a bookmark. I thought that, books need bookmarks, so I made one. And it was just a piece that was left over. It was just perfect. It was a perfect size. So more pages from Your Creative Studio. This is a pocket page that I made from my coffee dyed paper, decorated with the washi stickers and one of the Tim Holtz labels, a folded paper that I coffee dyed and added in there so you could have you know, something in every pocket. I wanted something in every pocket. Here's a tag. This is a paper that I did put a tab on. This is a notebook, little notebook that I just made. Okay. And then I glued it so that there was a pocket behind as well. So some pages are pretty loaded with things. Your Creative Studio, another paper piece, envelope with some more stuff in it. And here in the middle, you can see this strip here. This is the other way that I wanted to use the double hidden spine insert, because I did do a pamphlet stitch and I tied it on the inside. You can see it on the outside on this one, but on the inside you can't, because I used it to add this envelope too. So go check out her tutorial on how she did that. On the back of here, I made this piece here out of a piece of envelope with the you know, the window in it, and it's covered, and then I just put it on the back of this envelope as another little pocket, and then another tag for 49 and mark it. So that's in there. Another cut apart from Your Creative Studio here. So you can see what I did. I just kind of went through, left a lot of pages blank, but then I incorporated a lot of things too. This is another piece that was left over, and I made a bookmark out of that. As you go through some more papers. I love how when you coffee dye, each batch is different. Depending on how much I watered it down, because some I watered down and some I didn't. Another tag from 49 and Market that I found at that local store. Your Creative Studio washi sticker. I love the stamp stickers. I was in love with those. And then the Tim Holtz label here. And on the back here, you see this paper clip, which is attached to this particular tag here. And it's an envelope tag. So I put a piece of my pattern paper, the picture from the book that I made the pocket out of here. So you have another pocket here. And then on the inside, I just created this kind of little thing. It looks like an envelope, but when you open it up, it's actually a trifold, so you can have kind of some hidden journaling in there. Here is another page from Your Creative Studio, some really nice paper that just fit perfectly on this page. And then on the back here, another one of the beautiful paper pieces, and then the stickers. So I just wanted to share that. So another envelope and another piece that I just cut, because I wanted it to kind of be on the page, but it was too big. I didn't want it to interfere with the pockets. That's why I cut it, but I think it still looks absolutely gorgeous. Another washi, another sticker. I love those stickers. I just love them. And here is another little pocket piece that I did. Used a piece from the book to make just a pocket and some tags that I created from my dyed papers. And I glued it so you have a tag here. And then this is a little piece that was a free printable, and I will try to find where I got that as well, and put a link down below there as well. Lots of things. And then this here, I love these. This is a pen that has a paper clip on it, so you can, it's a flat pen, so you can put it in your book. So the one thing I did do wrong with that pen is I made it a little too long, because as you can see, if you put it all the way down, then your pen sticks out the bottom, but if you kind of sneak it all up a little bit, it still attaches to the page and the pen's on the inside. And then on the back here, one of the papers. So that is what I did with that. So I did use a lot more of my paper and ephemera and stickers and stuff from my Your Creative Studio package that I got. So I just wanted to share this with you. So there you have it. So we have, I can still decorate this one, but I haven't done that yet. So go check out Your Creative Studio at yourcreativestudio.com, and also go check out Cori Dahmen's video that I have linked below, and you'll see all the really cool, the cool way that she did this particular binding on the spine, and then also the way that she did the middle piece so that you don't see your pamphlet stitch knot. So it's really cool what she did. So, and it's a real aha moment, because it's like, that's just brilliant. It's just brilliant. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Amanda, for your Creative Studio box. And thank you, Cori, for your great tutorial. And I will see you again soon with some more stuff. Talk to you later. Have a crafty day. Bye-bye.